This part of the Christmas story really fascinates me. The wise men, or magi, who came from afar. Who were they? How did they get here? And why did they bring such exotic gifts? You know, it's a long way to come for one small baby.
Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him."
From the eastern outskirts of Bethlehem, the view is towards the Judean desert. Within the Judean desert, you have a whole system of paths. So what you have these tradesmen who are coming from great distances, bringing spices from India and China, bringing them along these trade routes. Ordinarily, they would have made a beeline for the ports of Gaza, where the Roman ships were all sort of stacked up, waiting to load up with these goods and then take them around the Roman Empire and to sell them. So you've got to imagine these spectacular sort of figures, almost like kings, coming out of the desert bearing gifts. But in a sense, they're bringing with them the goods that they will go ahead and sell.
And there's two schools of thought as to where they came from in the East. Some say they were Nabateans themselves. They bring gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These are Nabatean products. Others put them in Babylon, the old academic, stargazing, educated, learned society.
Why they come to this manger, is it the star they see in the sky? Is it some story which they hear about, some sort of miraculous birth? I don't know. That is a matter for theology. But from a historical perspective, the possibility that you had people like the Magi coming into Bethlehem at that point in time, it is quite realistic.
For 2,000 years, the birth of Jesus has been celebrated by generation after generation. And here in the Holy Land, you begin to get a real sense of what life would have been like for those at the heart of the story on that first Christmas day.
As I look at the Christmas story, I remember that Jesus Christ is in the same country that I am part of, and played in the same neighborhoods, and so my eyes see what he has seen in many ways.
The images on some of our Christmas cards may have drifted away from the reality of it all, but the message they proclaim is the same as the angels announced to the shepherds. Good news for all. A Saviour is born.
That same story that resonated in the first Christmas, it is still as real today. That God today comes to us in a meek way, in a humble way, to say, I love you, to say, I want to reconcile with you, to say, I want to be close to you.
It's not just an event that is historical. For me, this is a very personal event, because God became man to come and express his love for me.